Good morning, this is Tucson, Arizona. My name is Gene, and this is Gene's Birds, Part 8. I am now stretching a dog chain across from a tree to my Polish birdhouse to train birds to feed into a suet from the suet cage. This is my Polish birdhouse, and all my food now is directed to the birdhouse in order for me to give you a better story of my birds. As I said, this is Tucson, Arizona, and the background music is doo-wop music, and I want to give you a little information about Tucson, Arizona. We live in a great, beautiful place. The temperature is now 70 degrees. Probably next week we'll be into the hundreds, but we know how to handle that because we live here. And I want to direct my birds here that I've suspended a chain. Now I have no idea what's going to happen, but they like to swing, and they walk the chain sometimes and end up feeding on the suet. Here's one bird now that is feeding on the suet. The distance between my camera and the suet is quite a ways. I'm inside my house viewing the birds through the window, and I just hope it comes out clear enough for you to watch these birds feed on the suet feeder. As you can see up above, there's a chain. I'm repeating myself, but I want to explain. I'm hoping that the bird will walk the chain, which I just started this morning, and walk down into the suet cage and feed. I'm doing this, I have other feeders, but I'm leaving them empty this morning as an experiment. I have bird feeders that is up closer to my window. Back into the birdhouse. My birdhouse, if you haven't watched my other videos, it's constructed of wood, and it's constructed of styrofoam. And I have created two window mirrors inside the birdhouse, and the birds love it. And then I have a perch that I constructed outside the birdhouse that I painted white. You can see it leads into the birdhouse. And just recently I put a terrace on the top for the birds that are, claustrophobic and don't want to feed inside the birdhouse. I am claustrophobic, that's why I said that. And I've also constructed a brace, because our winds were like 50 miles an hour a few days ago, to keep the birdhouse from being blown over. As you can see, being an artist, I like color. Now you can see the birdhouses in blue, yellow, orange, and green, and then I painted the post a bright electric potato blue. So that's enough for the birdhouse. We're going to go back. We have quail in our yard this morning, a lot of quail, and they're digging holes. If somebody would let me know why they dig holes, I don't know. But they're here, and fortunately the pigeons aren't here today. They're a pain in the butt. The pigeons is what I don't want. Okay, now we're going to go, I'm going to swing over to my bird bath. If you haven't viewed other Gene's Bird sites, this is a unique bird bath. Originally it was meant to have a pot with flowers in it. I decided to take the pot, empty it, and put in birdseed. The birds love it. Underneath the red pot is a frog sitting on his back. I bought this at Food City for $7.99. As you can see, there's a bird feeding now into the pot. I'm going to go over here to my feeders. They're empty. I did that on purpose to get the birds to feed on tightrope wire. Maybe, who knows, I don't, we'll have some birds walking the tightrope. And in fact, I just saw one. Let's go back over to the feeder, the suet feeder. Now there's a bird there, he made it. I wish I would have caught that. Well, he's eating. He's hungry. It's early in the morning here in Tucson, Arizona, and we have some birds on top of my wall. I have a large yard, and let me turn this sideways. And It's frustrating. I have a zoom on this Canon and it doesn't work all the time. And that's not good. I don't want to cut the film off because then I would have it in parts and it wouldn't be that much fun to watch it. This is one of the bird feeders I have for tiny birds. As you can see, it's empty. And the reason being, again, I'm concentrating on the birds to feed. And they are feeding. They are very, very active in my Polish birdhouse. I loaded that with birdseed this morning to give you a chance to see all the different various Tucson birds. Birds are getting mad because they're used to feeding on the little feeder. Now here is in my orange tree, and underneath the orange tree I'm developing rose bushes, which you'll be seeing in my next view site. I'm going to put in 4 rose bushes underneath the orange tree. Now we're going to swing over slowly. I'm trying to not move this camera around too much and see what's happening. There's a chain. Oh, there's a bird on the suet cage. That's a different bird there. Our state bird, as I said in previous Gene's bird sites, are the cactus wren. The roadrunner is the one of my choice, but that went to New Mexico state bird. Okay, this guy is pretty good. He's feeding on the suet on the chain. And the chain runs over to a mesquite tree. Mesquite wood in Tucson is very, very common, and we use it to barbecue. Okay. I can get some close-ups of some very unhappy birds because they're empty. Now, I'm going to go over and see if I can pick up a quail. The quails like to walk on top of the wall and back of my yard there. Well, we'll just concentrate on the birds in the birdhouse until we find our quails. Okay, there's a quail right there in the bottom of the tree, and I'll go down there and just watch him. He's easy to identify because, as you know, quails have a crown, and the quail now seems to be very friendly with the other birds. When I first started this project, they didn't like all these birds here, but now it doesn't seem to bother them. And they are probably just about finished in their mating and having babies. I'm glad this hose is here because I can use it to track where I'm at. Okay, there's a quail right there. You can easily identify him. His wing is black and white speckled. He's a beautiful blue, and he is hungry. I guess a lot of seed is falling off from the feeder because I loaded it this morning. Now see, he scratches. Now why they scratch a hole in the ground, I have no idea, but they do. Now there's another quail next to him. But where are the babies? I would love to. They usually have 7 or 8 babies following them, and I would love to have them bring the babies over. And I don't know if they eat this and go back and regurgitate them to the babies. I have no idea. I don't know that much about birds. I just know that being an artist, I love to paint them, and I paint them a lot. My favorite is the pelican. I paint that a lot in Mexico. That is a beautiful bird. There are 6,000 mating pelicans that are endangered. Endangered Fish and Game just listed this poor pelicans, the brown ones, as endangered because of the pollution in Mexico. And most all south birds are the brown pelicans, and north birds are white. Now the white pelicans are okay, the brown birds are in trouble. So I'm going to hopefully get into donating money to the brown pelican problem. If you lived in Mexico and watched the activities of a brown pelican, you will see that the brown pelican is a beautiful, beautiful bird. He and she is a smart bird. They'll fly along the ocean there in Rocky Point, South Beach, and when they see a fish, they do a straight vertical dive right into the ocean, and they every time will get a big fish and eat it. I had many experiences with pelican. I used to stand right next to them and paint them. If you go into YouTube, you'll see my sites, you'll see pelicans, surfing pelicans that I painted in Rocky Point. I'm going to have to shut this off because it's a 10-minute video. And I love you guys and have a good day, and I'll be photographing again at Gene's Birds, Tucson, Arizona. Have a nice day. Bye.